Hello everyone, my name is Major Killjoy, and today we'll be going over a theory of Dark Link. Now, spoiler warning for Legend of Zelda 2, Link's Adventure, Ocarina of Time, and the most relevant, Link Between Worlds. Alright, 3, 2, 1, you ready? Let's go! So, Link Between Worlds, where do we start with this game? It's an amazing game. If you haven't played it, well then, why are you still in the video? Because it's a spoilers for that game. So go ahead and click off now, get your butt off of this video and go play it and then come right back here. Alright, now that we have that out of the way, let's get into this theory. So, Dark Link doesn't have a very important role. He has really never had an important role in any of the games, and was always kind of that character that you were like, oh, like, the only character that I can compare him to is Zoidberg. I don't know why, because Zoidberg has always been the character that pops up, you like him, and he's really cool, and then he's gone. Dark Link really has never had a prominent role, like I stated earlier, and he is always a mini-boss, or is a boss of some sort. And it really doesn't do the character justice, so I thought I'd dig deep and find out. And I found out what Nintendo has been doing with Dark Link, because it would be such a shame to throw away such a beloved and good character, and they haven't. He has appeared in Nintendo's most recent Zelda game, in terms of being a new addition to the story, Link Between Worlds as Ravio. Now, I know you guys might be thinking, what? Ravio? Why Ravio? Well, Ravio comes from a separate place known as Lorule, and in that world, it is opposite to Link. Now, Link and Dark Link, what do they have in common? They're opposites. Now, that doesn't always... Now, you may be thinking, I'm just picking at conclusions here, all MatPat style. Sans equals Ness. Anyways, so, Link could be... The games that Dark Link appear in, to my knowledge, all appear in the failure timeline. That is A Link Between Worlds, or the Decline of Hyrule era. Link Between Worlds and Zelda 2, and Ocarina of Time. Now, in order for this theory to work, or really not even, if he appears in any other games, and say Breath of the Wild, he appears in Breath of the Wild, and that's in the adult timeline, well, that could still work because he could be resurrected through magic, you know, if you did kill him and he got past that. Anyways, so, in the Decline timeline, that's where all the previous versions of Dark Link have appeared. He hasn't appeared in any other games besides Zelda 2 and Link Between Worlds, Ocarina of Time. Now, if he appeared in any other games, that could just be him being resurrected. To my knowledge, it's only been those 3 games. Anyways, so, in order for, one of his motives to come in would be, he's a mercenary. He could possibly be a mercenary out for a couple rupees in his pocket. Because what is Link? I mean, Link is that kid that would, help an old lady across the street, and then, old lady would try and offer him a peppermint, and he would be like, nah, I'm good, and then walk off and, go help another old lady across the street. To me, that's what the Link is. He's almost like a Boy Scout in a way. Or, what people perceive as the goody two-shoes. So, the opposite of that would almost be a Deadpool-type character, that being Dark Link, a person who just wants an extra few rupees in their pocket and would pretty much do anything for that, or for those rupees. Now, and he could be, a mercenary, and like Deadpool could have had a change of heart. Well, Deadpool is more good than he is bad. If you guys want me to go into some more about Deadpool, I will. But will pretty much do anything. And when he helped Link in Link Between Worlds, it could have been out of just him having a change of heart, or maybe not being offered to be paid, and that could have been one. And he had been getting pretty good money from the rental business, and from Link, so that could be another possible thing. But he could have a change of heart, and I just want to say that that's totally possible. This character, we haven't people, as a character, Nintendo hasn't dove into him, or any of the lore has. You can go into the Zelda wiki. There isn't that much on him, and it's quite interesting. of how, such a little known character can be so loved. Anyways, so if you notice, he's the opposite. That's where one motive could have come in. Now, it's very tricky to pinpoint a character, because he never talks. He's like Link. He doesn't. Well, Ravio talks, and he seems like a pretty stand-up guy. But people can put on facades and whatnot. And I have a feeling that he will appear in Breath of the Wild, because that is, I think, it will be in the Decline timeline. Kind of Hyrule looks like it's been in decline. If you look at the game, you see the Temple of Time all like broken down and all that. So that's why I have a feeling it'll be in the Decline timeline. So I also think he will appear in there, and you can always make the argument the Dark Link has been killed if he's in other Zelda games besides the ones in the Decline or Failure timeline. Well, Legend of Zelda has magic, and I'm going to explain this basically how J.K. Rowling explains that anytime she makes a mistake. It's magic. Really, he could be resurrected at any time. Like, think of it this way. How many times has Ganon been resurrected? Just in the Decline timeline. Off the top of my head, twice. Or, not even. 3 times. I can imagine even more. My point is that if he was killed and he appears in, say, Breath of the Wild, or in another Zelda game that I don't even know, but Breath of the Wild, and he's thrown in the adult timeline, that game's thrown in there, well then, you can always make the argument that he was resurrected, although that won't be a very solid argument. It can still be a valid point. And he probably will appear in the Breath of the Wild, Legend of Zelda. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Go follow my Instagram. If that isn't set up, I don't know what to tell you guys. There'll be a separate video on when that video will, or when that Instagram account will go up. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Tell me what you guys think about the theory. Do I have any flaws? And if you have any questions, ask me down below. I will be sure to answer you. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed the video. And peace.